welcome back to We Be Kids Yoga. If this is your first time with us, be sure to check out our introduction to yoga with We Be Kids so you know what to expect. Otherwise, make sure you have space to move around in and clothes that you are happy to move about in. And we have one rule: always practice with kindness to yourself. Yoga should never hurt or be painful in any way, and we don't want you to hurt yourself. There's only one of you, so please look after yourself in this session. Today we are going to look at Eric Carle's The Very Busy Spider. We begin our session today as we always do, in a comfortable seated position with our hands in Anjali Mudra, prayer position by the heart, sitting up nice and straight with a greeting, Namaste. And it's a greeting from my heart to your hearts all the way around the world, and from your hearts all the way around the world back to mine. After 3, 1, 2, 3, Namaste. We're going to begin our story today by taking a couple of breaths. We're going to inhale through our nose and then blow the wind out through an O shape in our mouth. So after 2, 1, 2. Did you hear that sound? Was it a little bit like the wind? Should we try again? You see, it was early one morning when the wind blew a spider across a field. Let's try one more of those breaths. Coming round now and onto your back. Pulling your heels into your bottom and laying your arms out to the side. Lift your knees in towards your chest. Twisting in head to one side and dropping the knees to the other. Bringing them back up into the centre. And now doing the same on the other side. A thin silvery thread trailed from her body. Lowering your heels back down to the ground, she landed on a fence post near a farmyard, dropping one arm down to your heel. Lifting the other arm over the top and stretching down one side of your body. Taking the arms back round, take the other hand to the heel and sweep the other arm over the top, stretching the other side of the body. And bringing your arms back out to the either side. And she began to spin her silky thread, lifting your feet up and your wrists. Spin your ankles and your wrists. Coming on up into a wide-legged stance, feet facing forwards, bending those knees down. Hands in Anjali Mudra by the heart. Turn one foot out. Turn onto the back toe and lower yourself down into a low lunge. You're going to raise your arms over your head. Nay! Nay! Bringing the feet back round to that wide-legged posture. Feet in. Said the horse. Want to go for a ride? Turning the other foot out. Turning onto the back toe and down into another deep lunge. Raise the arms once again. Nay! Nay! And bringing yourself back up into a strong posture with those legs bent. Straightening the legs slowly. Leaning forward at the hips. Gently folding forward. The spider didn't answer. She was very busy spinning her web. Lowering your body down and raising it back up. Going to come down onto all fours now. Hands nice and wide. Back nice and straight. They're going to tilt the bottom up towards the sky, and lift our chest through our hands and raise our head up to the ceiling. Moo, moo, said the cow. Want to eat some grass? Tilting the spine in the opposite direction and arching up. Bend your arms down onto your elbows to eat the yummy grass. And bring yourself back up to a neutral tabletop position. Tucking the toes under and coming up again. Legs wide, turn the toes out. Legs straight, lean forward. The spider didn't answer. Bending the knees out over the toes. Leaning down and in. Leaning forwards. She was very busy spinning her web. Lifting the legs straight. Turning the feet in and coming down onto all fours again. Hands out nice and wide in a tabletop. Ba, ba, said the sheep. Want to run in the meadow? Stretching one leg out nice and straight behind you and lifting and then lowering and bringing back, and do the same again on the other side, as though we were the sheep and we were getting ourselves ready to go for a run in the meadows. Lifting that leg and bringing ourselves back up to a wide-legged position, turning out our toes, leaning forwards from our hips, bending those knees out over the toes. The spider didn't answer. This time, place your hands down in front of you. She was very busy spinning her web. Bringing ourselves back down once more onto all fours. Ma, ma, said the goat. Want to come jump on the rocks? Placing our hands down in front of us, we're going to jump just like goats. Tucking the knees and leaning the weight over onto the hands, we are going to kick our legs at the back like the goats. Meh, meh. Was that fun? Let's try it again. Meh, meh. And bringing ourselves back up into a wide-legged position. Feet out, bent at the hips, bend the knees out over the toes. Hands this time, we're going to try and cross them and place them down in front of us, lowering our bottoms a little. The spider didn't answer. She was very busy spinning her web. Bringing ourselves down onto our backs once more. Pulling the knees into the chest. Placing our feet up into the air. Grunted the pig. Want to roll in the mud? Grabbing hold of your feet on either side. Pulling the knees down either side of the body towards the underarm area. We are going to rock from side to side, rolling in the mud, just like the pig. And bringing ourselves back up to a wide-legged position with our feet turned out, bending forwards at the hips, knees bending out over the toes. This time placing our hands crossed. We're going to see if we can put our fingertips to fingertips and our thumbs out to the sides. The spider didn't answer. She was very busy spinning her web. Coming back down onto all fours. Hands placed nice and wide in front of us. Tucking our toes under at the back, we're going to be pushing our bottoms up into the air to create downward dog. And just walk out the legs there at the back. On high toes and lower. Buck the dog. What to chase the cat? Lifting one leg. Up at the top, bending the knee and twisting slightly on the body.
Where has the cat gone? Bringing our leg back down and trying the same on the other side, lifting one leg up, bend the knee and twist the body as the dog's going looking for that cat to chase. Can't be seen anywhere. Bringing ourselves back down and then down back onto all fours.
Lifting the legs nice and wide, toes turned out, bending forwards at our hips, bending the knees out over the feet. This time crossing our hands down in front of us, thumbs out the other way. We're going to see if we can lift one toe and then the other. The spider didn't answer. She was very busy spinning her web. Coming down now onto our knees. Meow, meow, cried the cat. Want a nap? Taking our hands in Anjali Mudra from our heart, we're going to yawn and stretch our arms up. Oh, said the cat, shaking those shoulders as you bring yourself down to your head to the ground.
Time for that nap.
And bringing ourselves back up. Hands in front, tuck your toes under. Take the legs wide. Feet facing out. Bent at the hips. Bending the knees low, out over the toes. Crossing your arms in front. Fingertips to fingertips. Thumbs facing out. We're going to see if we can lift both feet. 1, 2, 3. Lift and down. The spider didn't answer. She was very busy spinning her web. Coming down now. Bringing your heels together. Lifting up and creating some wings with your arms. Quack, 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 called the duck. Want to go for a swim? Hands back down. Taking your legs out wide. Bent over at the hips, bending the knees out over those feet. Crossing the hands, fingertips to fingertips, lowered down. Lifting up onto the toes. Finally, drop your head.
The spider didn't answer. She had finished her web. And you've now finished your spider pose. Well done.
That's fabulous. Placing down those heels. Placing the hands in front. Bringing the knees together. And squatting up on the toes. Take your hands wide. Place them in front of you with all the fingers together. And raise your fingers out. And raise above your head. Cock-a-doodle-doo! Crowed the cockerel. Want to catch a pesky fly? Coming down with your legs into butterfly pose, touching your feet together at the side, hands underneath your knees. And the spider caught the fly, lifting your knees together, snap, just like that. Coming up onto your knees, kneeling nice and tall. Raise your arms. They are going to now be an owl. Woo-hoo, said the owl. Woo, build this beautiful web. But the spider didn't answer. She had fallen asleep. Bringing yourselves down now into a nice, comfortable lying position. Grab a blanket or a cushion if you need. Take a moment to make yourself comfortable. Take a breath and sigh it out. Close your eyes if you feel comfortable to do so. The spider didn't answer. She had fallen asleep. She had had a very, very busy day.
Perhaps we can learn a little from Spider in her focus and her determination not to be disturbed from her goal, making herself a secure home where she could provide for herself. Taking a big deep breath in, blow the air out like the wind, and drawing your ankles to your bottom and your knees in and up to your chest. Gently rock your spine on the ground beneath you and come up to a comfortable seated position, opening your eyes if you need to on the way.
I hope you've enjoyed today's story and that you take something away about learning from Spider. Spider's diligence and care to building her web and making sure she had what she needed means that now she is free to get to know those wonderful farm animals around her. Take care. Bye from We Be Kids.